and something else as well. So
Malik.
There's the Malik. First pick, interesting.
Lindis straight off the bat.
Yeah, they give the Lindis away. Alpha X has gone to Lindis first pick so many times, so it's not surprising to see them going there here when they have the opportunity to do so. Are they going to try to Superman them back? Like, you guys have failed to Superman so many times, we're going to show you how it's done.
Oh, they do actually lock in the Superman.
They're going to be showing us some moves. Just as Rip said, this is how you play a Superman.
Monster Shield has played Superman, but on two separate heroes. Oh, they didn't bundle.
Right.
Aram is still up. And Violet as well.
Okay, this changes a lot of things because if you have a lot of really, heavy carries in the side of Alpha X, a solution to that is a carry killer. Aside from assassins, you can overwhelm them with this sort of play. You may not have a Mina pick, you don't have a Chognar as well to counter heavy CCs. And look at this tanky lineup being hovered right now. Flicker snares for days, Senil with the place, Malik from above. Heaven and hell.
Yeah,
locked in.
Heaven and hell.
I like it. I'm just thinking, like, you see maybe an arm getting a snare, she's about to die, Zenial comes with Angelic Splendor, it could be a good combo.
Wow, very strong Monster Shield drafts coming up. So, right now, on the other side, they don't really have another one to counter reinitiate, but there's still a Crest in this current pool, so they might want to. Well, I guess they still want to use a Cricknack.
They want some damage is what they want. Cricknack, Liliana, Lindis, and Superman. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, super classic aggressive playstyle. Early game, we're just going to get ahead. 10k gold lead, seal the deal, finish you off. 3-0. That's what they want. They want to leave this tournament, win this tournament without being defeated in this series. That is the main goal for Alpha X right now. Right,
so last two picks coming up from Monster Shield. Now it's time to bring out who is going to be their jungle. Whoa.
This is pretty classic if they do lock in the L'Oreal.
Yeah, and Zephys?
Zephys as well.
Yeah, all right.
They're having some fun here, guys.
Mix-up time.
Well, I've never actually seen L'Oreal at all throughout the whole tournament. This is my first time.
First time, never played in the group stages, never played in our finale as well, our LAN tournament. So, with that said, a lot of mobility on the table, so a lot of sustain, just trying to keep up with the game. So Zephys and Aram is actually a good and decent two-man. So much CC, burst damage as well, works similarly like a Cricknack. So once you reach that level 4, death from above, ba-bam, everything's going to be coming from above.
Everything
here,
from above, yeah. You got the Malice, you've got the Shock, you got the death from above, and Arm's just going to be holding like, don't go anywhere. I'm going to stun you a little bit.
That is the plan in mind. So they really want to match the early game aggression, and at least they supply, or rather they back it up with a L'Oreal. Probably not as explosive, but an Alice. I miss you, Alice.
Riku
miss you.
Riku was Riku was such a Alice fan. She was wondering why is no one playing Alice throughout this whole tournament.
Yeah, there were 0 Alices during the group stages as well as right now. So seeing an Alice being picked, that's very refreshing.
It's all about that friendship and sunshine, man. You gotta have some good times. That's all. I'm happy to see Alice come back.
Game 3. We all know this could be the last game in this series. So predictions.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever Search gets a Cricknack, they win 100%. Alpha X still.
I'm gonna stick with Alpha X. I said whoever has the Cricknack has the power.
She said it before. Alpha X doesn't lose. It's kind of hard to pick anyone other than them, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. It's never worked, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go with Monster Shield.
The belief is strong.
The belief, you got to believe. Because they got the Arm this time, right? Arm's kind of a wild card. I like the Malik and Zenial behind it as well, so I think there's some hope there. A little bit of hope.
We still believe in that potential we saw in all the matches against Alpha X. One day it has to happen, right?
It's got to happen sometime.
So why not here today for $100,000 US? Might be the right moment, right? Like, let's be honest, who cares about all the series you won before? It's about this one here in the grand final. It could be the last one if Alpha X wins. It could be a start of the comeback if Monster Shield wins. Two guys that spawn right onto the battlefield, Sujae and Opal.
Thank you, Renee. I like to think we're friends. with the Alice in there. Everyone's friends here at the PvP Esports Championship 2018, but the two teams on stage are pure enemies right now. Monster Shield needing to secure a win in this series to keep it going. Meanwhile, Alpha X can look to just close this out in a 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, will it be a reverse sweep coming from Monster Shield? Are they going to channel their inner monster and really take it to the Terrace battlefield here? Or is Alice and Cricknack going to be a little too much? Because that's a very good combo that counters the Zephyrs, and that's what I'm afraid of.
Well, we're going to go ahead, load on in. Monster Shield going to be on the blue side, red side. Going to be Alpha X, and this is one heck of a front line coming out from Monster Shield. There is a bunch of dive potential available. I saw the disrupts during the draft. They trolled me, it seems. We're not going to be seeing just pure tower dives, but we are going to see aggression early.
Yeah, and with Arum and Malik, that is a very strong early game composition. You can easily abuse your opponents. Sherry's not going to be able to reset this Micro. That's what she needed to do here, to waste the time of Melanie and Muwan. And I'm excited to see how Muwan is going to play this Superman, because we have not seen him on Superman yet.
No, this is the first time we're seeing the Superman. Look at this, Monster Shield wanting to get aggressive, but that level 1, all it takes is having that stun, and the Alice can get out safely.
Yeah, that is such a dominant dual lane right there, Arum and the Malik. We know L'Oreal was in the meta in Season 1 and completely fell off because she got nerfed because she was so good. And with an assassin composition like the Cricknack, L'Oreal actually does pretty well against tanky compositions, but the key is, you know, Endure was a talent that worked before, and she might have to build that Spirit Orb to really protect her.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this one pays off. The last time I saw one was back at AWC. I don't think it worked out too well for the team picking it up. But look at this, a nice little bit of aggression coming out from Alpha X instead. Looking to back off toward the river. No real control set up just yet. We will have an Abyssal Dragon spawning, though, in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that's going to key who's going to exert the river control. It starts in the mid lane and then rotate to the Dragon. And it looks like Alpha X is going to have more map control at this point. L'Oreal is being pushed to her mid tower by the Liliana, and Melanie is just abusing the lack of range that Sherry has.
Yeah, Sherry, this time around, actually playing the Zenial. This is a first for us seeing, and that requires, you know, a much different play style than Sherry has been trying to go. Usually an engager. YR getting a little aggressive here in toward the jungle. That's going to be a flicker on over. The knockup, though, over the wall, looking for the first strike, but the massive push coming on through from the Superman. Sherry is isolated, YR is isolated, and two people are down for Monster Shield.
Why are you overextending YR? And Moonwan with that beautiful flight push right into the tower, making YR take a tower shot, and now they secure the Abyssal Dragon by capitalizing again on the mistake of Monster Shield.
So now 3 kills. Get Rich getting into the jungle and picking off the Zephy. So unfortunately now it is a 3-kill lead, and with the minion wave collapsing here toward the bot lane, they can get some chip damage on toward this tower.
Yeah, that's going to get some damage. However, they're going to rotate in time to save it, and Melanie and Get Rich, as usual, just rotating and farming and getting fed. And we're going to watch how far Melanie and Get Rich will get ahead here. They're going to be key in their team fights in the mid-game.
And this is brutal, too. You're already having your jungle taken away at 3 minutes. It's just a pressure coming through from replay, from the rest of Alpha X, already looking to shut down the jungle of Monster Shield. YR still looking to stay toward the side here. Does see this available. Replay, though, is able to just get back underneath the safety of the tower.
Lindell's doing a good job landing a lot of these sunshines, but Sherry, you're in deep trouble.
Deep trouble, even underneath the tower. As Get Rich goes, ultimate will pick up the second kill, make it the 3rd kill of the game for that Cricknack, and the lead is starting to grow for Alpha X.
Yeah, this is going to be so tough for Daofeng, because Alice was a huge counter to any type of assassin comp against a Cricknack, against a Zephyrs, because once they dive in, you just drop the Hissy Fit right on top of them, and they get slowed, they're silenced, and then your carry can run away to safety with the friendship that she can activate. And there, the tower is taken 4-0. Alpha X in the lead, as well as almost 2K gold lead.
That 2K gold lead starting to mount further and further in favor of Alpha X. If you're looking at Monster Shield right now, what's the game plan? You're already 4 minutes into the game, 4 kills down. starting to get closer to 3,000 gold in totals. You lost out on the Abyssal Dragon. You're starting to lose out on your towers. What do you do?
The only thing that I can think of is YR needs to play defensively and basically wait for Get Rich or anyone from Alpha X to overextend underneath his tower and then snare him. And that's going to be the key to secure that kill and then turn it around, because that snare is what's going to turn around these fights. And you combo that with the Malik Shock ultimate, and then Zephy's has that death from above. They have so much AoE CC, and then combine that with Manto's Smite from L'Oreal. Once she casts that Judgment Circle, she's basically does so much damage, can blink all over the place to do and secure kills.
That requires Alpha X to have to make mistakes, and this is a team that has only dropped one game in the tournament so far, working their way through the group stage. Now here in our grand final, one core away from taking home the title. And now looking to apply some pressure back toward this jungle, try and see if they can catch out Sherry. Oh. And this is something we said before, positioning is the issue, as Get Rich gets another kill.
And look at the damage from this Cricknack. They buffed his AD scaling, so when he casts Terrifying Plague, it does percentage health damage, and also his Bite does AD damage, has 1.0 scaling. So when he starts building that Rank Breaker and all these big items, damage items on Cricknack, that burst is just undeniably strong.
And YR can't even go through the jungle. This is brutal from Alpha X. They want to apply as much pressure. They want to show they are the alphas of the tournament. And so far, so good. Picking up yet another kill and not dropping a single member so far.
It's been a kill a minute so far. 6-0, and it's only 6 minutes into the game here. They gotta slow it down. Monster Shield is starting to fall significantly behind here. 5,000 gold, and that is not looking good. That can turn into a 10,000 gold lead for Alpha X at around the 11 to 12 minute mark, and that's gonna be very tough for Monster Shield to come back in the game, because when Kirknight gets his build, he can literally explode anyone very quickly. Combined with Lindis and the burst of Liliana, that's a devastating combo.
Look at this, a little bit of a separation coming through on the side of Alpha X. Instead, they decide to back off. They were trying to steal yet again another Sage Golem. Instead, though, a little bit more safety coming out from Monster Shield, but look down toward the bot lane. They have absolutely no control on the bottom half of the map, and now the pressure coming up toward the top side. Mia able to escape with the shock, but the pressure is mounting, and Jerry is dove once again.
No. But Daofeng is there. He does jump onto Lindell's.
Going to get another kill really quickly there. Mia also up toward the top side is going to fall. So for Monster Shield, they get themselves their first kill of the game, but still, it's a 5,000 gold lead, and Alpha X are not stopping.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Sherry's a little uncomfortable in the bot lane, but that's been a multiple ganks onto her, and they are punishing the Zenio here. Normally, Zenio is pretty tanky. He can take a lot of damage and defend the bottom tower here, but the way that Sherry's playing, she's getting constantly bursted and rotated on by Melanie, and Melanie is showing her his dominance in the lane here, just basically out pressuring Sherry, and the team has to respond. Monster Shield, you have to help wherever side lanes you're losing. You need to help gank and punish the aggressive side laner from your opponent, because they are kind of out of position there, and it's a good gank opportunity to kill them.
The objectives, though, from Alpha X, they just picked up their third Abyssal Dragon. The gold, the experience, starting to mount greater and greater. They take down the first tier tower in mid lane, now exposing the map of Monster Shield. They have no control in this jungle, even trying to go for a Sage Golem.
No.
Is that even worth, you have to ask, because Get Rich gets another kill. Sherry rejoins the fight, but it's just going to get knocked on over by the Superman. Rest of the team crashing on in. It's Monster Shield throwing their bodies at people in the jungle. YR has nowhere to run. The stun's not going to land, but guess what? The ace is just there. It's around the corner, and it's there for Alpha X.
And that is an ace, and they could potentially end the game here. Moonwan with that Superman. He actually stopped the Death Flurry, and this could be the game.
One minion remains, but for Alpha X, they decide to back off. The death timer's still not there, but they're just playing with their food at this point.
Yeah, 10K gold lead now at the 9-minute mark. 13 kills, an ace below the 10-minute mark. This is devastating for Monster Shield.
And Dark Slayer is available for Alpha X. They're going to go ahead and pick that up. There's absolutely no response that can come through from Monster Shield at this point. The gold lead now surging over 10,000 before the 10-minute mark. Only a single kill in favor of Monster Shield.
Yeah, Moonwon has been phenomenal on this Superman. I mean, any hero he plays, from Scud to Ryoma, he is a playmaker. Amazing to see him misposition Dao Feng there and make sure that the Zephyrs is countered and CC'd so that his teammates can then collapse onto him. So really, really nice positioning and engages by Muwan.
Sage Golem going to be picked up here by the side of Monster Shield. They have a little bit of breathing room, but unfortunately, yet another Abyssal Dragon has spawned. It's going to be enraged, and Alpha X can look to finish off this game in dominating fashion. There's not a whole lot else you can do other than ask for a miracle if you're on the side of Monster Shield.
Pretty much. You got to depend on your opponents to make a mistake, and there's always a window. There's always a misplay, a mispositioning where you can take advantage, because they still have the Snare, the Malik Shock Ultimate, the Malice Stun, the Death from Above. They have so many things in their toolkit, and in addition to the Snare, they have the Uncaged Beast. That's another stun as well, and L'Oreal with the Smite, the Smite Judgment Circle. They can turn this around, but they have to execute it near perfection.
Drake going to be spawning toward the top side. Mia gets taken on down, and that is your tanky front line at this point. Even a chunk of damage onto your jungle. Alpha X, they're literally taking every single thing Monster Shield owns. Yeah,
Mia said see ya, unfortunately. Malik fell, and now they're in big time. Look at Muwan with the back.
And that's the engage on the backside onto YR. You have the Zenyo ultimate, but there's no one left to defend. And with that, the Monster Shield, it is no longer just cracked. It has been shattered by the leading, dominating, near undefeated champions of Alpha X.
There, the victor celebrating Alpha X, our champions here at the PvP Esports Championships there. They got a few proud. They're representing not only themselves and their team, but Thailand as well. What a dominating show of power from this team. They have so much potential going forward.
And this is a team that made their way through the group stage. They weren't even one of our invited teams. They didn't get slotted up in the upper bracket just because they were invited. They fought their way through the group stage and only dropping a single game during the tournament. And for Monster Shield, they had life shown in the last series, but unfortunately, it couldn't transition over to the grand final.
Yeah, and just like in the Arena Valor World Cup back in July, Thailand is victorious over Chinese Taipei, and it just shows the strength of this region.
Well, we're going to go ahead, send it down to Matt Andrews, who's with our victors.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champions, the dominant champions that are Alpha X. So that was pretty quick for you guys. 3-0, a huge performance. You've been so dominant throughout your national championships where you didn't lose a game. Throughout all of the stages of this tournament, you only dropped one game in the whole thing, not even a whole series. How have you been so dominant to get to this point? What's working so well for your team?
We practice so every day, and we work hard for this. And this is my dreams and our dreams. And I just want to say my dream can come true already. And I want to thank you for you all from Singaporean or anybody, and thank for Thai people for cheer up us. Thank you very much.
It really, really means a great deal to everybody on this team that you've managed to win this here.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's really important to me, and I think this one is my last tournament too. Yeah. Everybody did it well for me. I just want to say thank you for you all and everybody in here and in Thailand as well. Thank you very much from me.
What a way to win a final. Ladies and gentlemen, the champions here at the Singtel PvP Esports Championship 2018. They are your Alpha X. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to collect the trophy, Mr. Kopun Choi, the Chief Financial Officer of Singtel International, who will present them with their check. Mr. Kopun Choi of Singtel International and our champions, Alpha X. So yes, live here from Singapore, we have our champions of our Arena of Valor tournament. They are Alpha X. They are the Singtel PvP Esports champions. Now don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because coming up next, live on this stage, is our Dota 2 Grand Final. We will crown the winner of that here in Singapore next. But for now, your Arena of Valor champions live here. Once more, ladies and gentlemen, Alpha X. Let's go back to our analyst desk with Aphiz, Rigu, Rip, and Rene, and talk about the incredible tournament that we've had.
Yeah, an incredible tournament it was for sure. I'm pretty sure about that one. And welcome back to the desk with the Alpha X of talent lineup. Let's say that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, game number 3. That was just super quick. We were just like sitting down, watching the match, like, what will happen? Does Monster Shield have a chance here? No.
I know. Aside from being an incredible match, it was an emotional match as well. I mean, they were very, very teary-eyed. I'm pretty sure the energy of the crowd or from the stream I've watched, they're very, very emotional. But taking a look at match number 3, it was complete domination from the side of Alpha X, and they were so confident in every move they made.
Yeah, the moment I saw them locking in the Krigna, I probably knew they're going to just go in and not give any single thing, no objective whatsoever, just keep going non-stop. The pressure is on. Rotations from the side of Alpha X was just way too good.
Yeah, get switch, just doing so much work with that Krigna. And also Muon, you know, that Superman, we talked about him potentially showing them how it's done, and I think he really did a good job of that in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they had a correct mindset, getting that Aurum just in case there's a Krignac. It's an anti-assassin pick. But then again, if you can't capitalize on that, if APX gets the early lead, then Aurum can really create an impact to actually slow down the process of how Alpha X could really finish the game. I mean, that was like an 11, 12-minute game.
Oh yeah, they were diving past the high ground tower just to make sure they got the ace. You know, this is what they were doing yesterday when we saw them play against. They're like, you know, we don't even need to. We're kind of playing around. We don't have to get this core right now. We're going to make sure we have none of you guys alive. Then we're going to take out that core. And D-Replay, the MVP of the game with the Liliana, 5-0 and 9. Absolutely amazing. And if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's the one who said this is his last tournament. So he just announced that on the stage. This is his last time playing with these guys. Goes out as the MVP, $100,000 prize pool. You can't really ask for much more than that.
I mean, you can see on screen as well, they're just very emotional, very teary-eyed, crying, filled with happiness. Even I got a little bit emotional together with Riku as well. Just looking at their faces makes us as casters feel happy as well.
Yeah.
Going out of this with not being killed once, I think that is a great ending. To all of that. It is not the great ending yet of PvP Esports Championship, obviously, as we got Dota also coming up. But in terms of Arena of Valor, we are done, and we had a great tournament. We look back once again on that tournament bracket, and even I can't really pick my favorite game out of all of these because there were highlight moments in all of them.
Yeah, Tamago Resurgence for me, one of the craziest matches we got to see. And, you know, all the invited teams, you know, only Monster Shield is the one who actually had some success out here. So shout out to the other teams for trying to compete, but all the guys who played in the group stages, they did so well representing their regions.
Exactly. Specifically, I'm so proud of the Valiant server region for doing a great job fighting. They make me so proud. I'm pretty sure they'll come back stronger in the upcoming tournaments. So that names, you know, Malaysia, Singapore, and as well as the Philippines.
Oh, yeah.
Arena of Valor obviously on the rise. We all know that esports is growing, Arena of Valor is growing, and the matches showed that it can attract an audience. It can be super close matches, exciting moments. I mean, I heard all of you guys screaming when they were casting in between because obviously all of them went to the casting desk and I was always watching, so I was the only one that saw all of your matches probably from here, from the talent group. And I just love it, all the energy and all the excitement in Arena of Valor.
Yeah, the excitement in this game is just absolutely crazy. The way that series started off, obviously it ended a little bit like domination, but the way this best of 3 or best of 5 started off was just so close and down to the wire. We were losing our minds in the seats over there.
Yeah, especially game number 1 from that series. I was just amazed how Alpha X really decided to, hey, there's a chance that Monster Shield could have taken this away from us, but let's just start with all the aggressive plays from the start and not give them zero chance.
You know what they say, Alpha X marks the spot, and the spot is the first place in this whole championship itself. Really kudos to them as well. They have been representing Southeast Asia and keeps doing so. I'm really proud of the team from Thailand.
Yeah, nations have been represented, and I thank you guys for all your work at the desk. Really, I'm very happy about that. I had a lot of fun.
It was a lot of
Arena of Valor action.
Here.
But we will head over to the next to the next Keystra. No, to the next segment, obviously. Then there's another championship that's not decided yet here in Singapore in the Convention Center. That's obviously Dota 2. So if you want to see more mobile action, then don't go anywhere. Be ready, get your drinks and your snacks, and probably all your fan signs, depending on who you want to cheer for in the final. And we'll be back with Dota.
Fan signs on.
Stand in the way of you and your games. Defeat it with Singtel's 1+1 Gbps Fiber Pro Gamer Bundle and enjoy dedicated gaming bandwidth. Razer's new Sela gaming router features